Powder keg of the Pacific. The South China Sea, a vital maritime region, has long been a flashpoint for international tensions. Tensions flare in South China Sea. This area, rich in resources and strategic importance, sees frequent military patrols and confrontations. The year is 2025 and tensions spike again. The geopolitical landscape is more volatile than ever. A confrontation between Chinese Coast Guard and a Philippine ship near Second Thomas Shoal. This incident is just one of many in a series of escalating encounters. Water cannons were reportedly used, raising global concerns. Such aggressive tactics highlight the severity of the situation. The South China Sea, a long-standing dispute zone, is a complex web of interests. Multiple nations lay claim to overlapping territories, each with its own historical and legal justifications. China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan all have overlapping claims. These nations are locked in a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess. This leads to frequent diplomatic spats and serious encounters. High-level meetings often end in stalemates with no clear resolution in sight. The sea's strategic value is immense, affecting global trade routes. Over a third of the world's shipping passes through these waters, making stability here crucial for international commerce. Stability here impacts economies worldwide. Any disruption can send shockwaves through global markets, affecting everything from stock prices to the availability of goods. International norms are being tested, with far-reaching implications. The actions taken here could set precedents for maritime law and international relations. Peace in this sea is a global necessity. The world watches closely, hoping for a peaceful resolution to these complex disputes. The future of maritime order is at stake. How these conflicts are resolved will shape the rules and norms governing the world's oceans for generations to come. The South China Sea is a critical artery for global trade. This vast expanse of water is not just a geographical feature but a lifeline for the global economy. 1/3 of global shipping, including vital commodities like oil and gas, passes through it. This makes the South China Sea one of the busiest maritime regions in the world. Goods worth trillions of dollars transit these waters annually, impacting the economies of many nations. From electronics to clothing, countless products rely on this route. Any disruption here causes global economic ripples, affecting supply chains and markets worldwide. The stakes are incredibly high for maintaining stability in this region. Beyond trade, the sea holds rich natural resources, including vast fish stocks. These waters are teeming with marine life, providing a crucial source of food. Coastal communities depend on these fisheries for their livelihoods, though overfishing is a growing concern. Sustainable practices are essential to preserve this vital resource. Significant oil and gas reserves lie beneath the seabed, fueling competition among nations. These resources are critical for energy security and economic growth. Militarily, the sea is strategic, offering control over key maritime routes. Nations vie for dominance to secure their interests and project power. Dominance here allows for power projection and regional influence. Control over the South China Sea can shift the balance of power in Asia. The U.S. emphasizes freedom of navigation, conducting operations to assert this right. These actions are meant to challenge excessive maritime claims and ensure open sea lanes. Australia and Japan share these concerns, seeking to uphold international law. They conduct joint exercises and patrols to demonstrate their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The South China Sea is a chessboard for great powers, affecting Asia's balance of power. The interplay of economic, military, and political interests makes this region a focal point of global attention. China's claim to the South China Sea is expansive, depicted by the 9-dash line. This U-shaped line covers roughly 90% of the sea, extending near Vietnam, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Beijing asserts a historical basis, citing ancient navigation and fishing activities. However, this clashes with modern international law, specifically UNCLOS. UNCLOS, ratified by China, defines maritime entitlements based on land features. Historical claims are generally not recognized unless meeting specific criteria. Other claimant states contest the 9-dash line, viewing it as a violation of their rights. The ambiguity of the line fuels disputes, creating uncertainty. Resolving this fundamental difference is a huge challenge. China's economic interests in the South China Sea are immense. This region is not just a vital artery for its trade, but also a lifeline for its burgeoning economy. The sea is vital for its trade, including crucial energy supplies. Over 60% of China's maritime trade passes through these waters, making it indispensable for the nation's economic health. Control or influence over these lanes is a priority to ensure economic stability. By maintaining a strong presence, China aims to safeguard its trade routes from potential disruptions. The potential for energy resources is another major driver. The South China Sea is believed to hold vast reserves of oil and natural gas, which could significantly boost China's energy independence. China, the world's largest oil importer, seeks to enhance energy security. By tapping into these resources, China hopes to reduce its reliance on foreign oil and ensure a steady supply for its growing energy needs. The South China Sea's reserves could reduce reliance on foreign sources. This would not only bolster China's energy security, but also provide a strategic advantage in the global energy market. From a security perspective, the sea is critical for China. It serves as a buffer zone, protecting the mainland from potential threats and ensuring the safety of its maritime activities. It forms part of China's maritime periphery, aiming to secure coastal regions. By fortifying these areas, China can better defend its territorial waters and maintain regional stability. Control over islands allows for surveillance and intelligence gathering. These outposts provide strategic vantage points for monitoring maritime traffic and potential adversaries. Broader geopolitical ambitions fuel China's actions, aspiring to be a global maritime power. By projecting its naval strength, China aims to assert its influence and protect its interests on the world stage. Dominance in the South China Sea aligns with initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative. This ambitious project seeks to enhance global trade routes, and control over the South China Sea is crucial for its success. Manila's stand: the Philippines' diplomatic and legal gambit. The Philippines is a key claimant, asserting sovereignty over the West Philippine Sea. These areas fall within its exclusive economic zone under UNCLOS. Initially, Manila pursued diplomatic solutions, engaging in talks with China and ASEAN. Frustrated by slow progress, the Philippines initiated international arbitration in 2013. The case challenged the legality of China's 9-dash line under UNCLOS. This was a significant move to leverage international law. The dispute is a sensitive domestic issue, with public opinion calling for a strong stance. Different administrations have adopted varying approaches, balancing security and economic interests. The Hague's verdict: a landmark ruling, a defiant response. In July 2016, the arbitral tribunal delivered a resounding victory for the Philippines. The ruling found China's 9-dash line had no legal basis, affirming UNCLOS's primacy. It clarified that none of the Spratly Islands features could generate an exclusive economic zone. China swiftly rejected the ruling, declaring it null and void. Beijing maintained its historical claims, challenging the international legal order. The international community reacted, with many Western nations welcoming the ruling. The ruling did not immediately change the situation on the water, but its legal clarity remains significant. Winning hearts and minds: China's post-arbitration charm offensive. Despite rejecting the ruling, China sought to manage the fallout. Beijing launched a soft power offensive, emphasizing shared prosperity and cooperation. Economic statecraft played a central role, offering investment and aid. Projects under the Belt and Road Initiative were highlighted, attracting developing economies. China also engaged in public diplomacy, funding cultural exchanges and expanding media presence. These tactics aimed to de-escalate tensions and reassert influence. Some Southeast Asian countries welcomed Chinese investment, though concerns remained. New flashpoints: rising tensions and international ripples. As of June 2025, tensions in the South China Sea remain high. Chinese Coast Guard ships have become more assertive, challenging other claimant states. Other nations are bolstering their responses, strengthening alliances and military capabilities. External powers are increasingly involved, conducting freedom of navigation operations. The militarization of the South China Sea continues, with China developing artificial islands. An arms race is underway, with the sea becoming more crowded with warships. A sea of troubles, global stakes, and the quest for calm waters. The South China Sea dispute has profound global implications. A major conflict would cause immense economic shockwaves, disrupting global supply chains. The dispute challenges international law, testing UNCLOS's authority. There is an urgent need for effective, peaceful resolution mechanisms. ASEAN and China have been negotiating a code of conduct, though progress is slow. The future of the South China Sea depends on choices of cooperation over confrontation. The global community has a vested interest in a peaceful outcome, making the sea a zone of peace and prosperity. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe, like, comment, and click the bell icon for more updates. Your support helps us bring you more content like this.